Okay, so first and foremost, I love puzzle games. It's one of my favorite genres, and they've provided me with some of the most unique and rewarding experiences in the gaming world. And therefore, you can understand how when I saw reviews coming out left and right about a new 10 out of 10, impossibly good, astonishing, breathtaking puzzle platformer, I was absolutely there for it. And when it booted up with the smooth sounds, colorful world, and intriguing ideas presented to me, I knew I was in for a ride and I was dying to know what laid ahead. However, and I really hate to be that guy, I do, but when I watched the credits roll 3.5 hours later, I was glad it was over. I don't mind the game being the length that it is or anything, and I'm actually pretty sure that there are a few things I missed and could go back to look for, but I don't care. Although I actually do like the way the game wrapped itself up in the final minute, the puzzles and boss fights throughout were just boring. To get it out of the way, I mean, the boss fights, they're easy. And I'm not trying to say that I'm good at games either, I'm not, but the boss fights are just cosmetic and provide little to no real threat, and that's fine. I mean, I know that's not the draw for the game, and they actually are pretty creative, and I enjoyed the change of pace, but the puzzles, they are the draw, and for those, it felt like my hand was being held the entire way. That's not to say I didn't have to stop and think, because I did occasionally with a couple aha moments, but for the vast majority of the time, whatever idea first popped into my head would turn out to be the solution, and I'm not a fan of that. One of my favorite things about puzzles is when you think you know what's next, and then the game flips you on its head, basically mocking you for being so sure of yourself. Whereas in Cocoon, you almost always know what's coming. I found myself picking up orbs and mindlessly setting them down in the next available spot, just for that to open up a door where I continued to repeat the same motions. It felt like I was watching the game play itself. When I first started, I loved the hands-off approach, and how it just let me wander the world as I pleased, but as I played more, I found out I wasn't wandering at all. Instead, it's a pretty strictly linear path with nowhere to turn. The game starts to feel more like an overcomplicated level selecting menu rather than the world transcending orb inception that I signed up for. I kept waiting for the game to surprise me, but it continued to play by the rules, and although this makes for a smooth playthrough, it doesn't make for a very memorable one. For me, this type of game borders an aesthetic walking simulator way more than a puzzler, and although others do seem to love this genre, I don't really get it, and I'm gonna personally have to wait for something else to scratch that itch. Something like the Talos Principle 2? Please come out soon. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know if you're playing the game, if you're thinking about it. I don't know. Just, how's your day going? I hope it's good. Alright, get out of here.